I have purchased ChatGPT Pro, so you don't have to. Let's find out if this is any good for coding or just not worth your money. I made a video earlier this week giving a general perspective of whether or not O1 Pro mode is for you. This video though, I want to laser in into coding and whether or not this is even worth it, as a $200 price tag comparative to a $20 price tag is pretty substantial. Therefore, to confidently get our answer here, I'm going to compare O1 Pro mode to just O1. We're going to use the exact same prompts for O1 and O1 Pro mode and see if there's a substantial difference between the two. We're going to go ahead and do the prompt. Build a web app landing page with React frontend. Have it so that there's a CTA component for letting users to put in their email for a newsletter. Then we'll provide a webhook to send this data to MailChimp. O1 Pro, let's hit send. Also, if you've never seen the UI for ChatGPT Pro, that's what it looks like. Nice little loading bar. Exact same prompt. Now we're in O1. Let's see the output here. Here's the output for O1 Pro. It took around 1 minute and 27 seconds. It went ahead and started on the high level commands of actually creating our React app specifically to the folder of my landing page. Not bad. And then provides the overview of the directory structure here for CTA form.js, landing page.js. Gave the example code for the CTA form. Okay, not bad. It's in the components folder as CTA form, and then it's imported into landing page. All is looking good so far. Obviously, it doesn't know the actual webhook, so we'll have to provide that if we were actually doing this. Then it actually knows correct structuring in the sense of importing it into our app.js. Nice. Gave some CSS. Not bad. But is that worth $200 comparative to the $20 we would have paid for the O1 output? Let's find out. This is the O1. Coming down here, gave us the project structuring here. Took a little bit of different route here in the sense of putting landing page and sign up CTA in the same component. It is giving us the sign up CTA.js. Kind of messed up here, but not really. It really depends on your preference. But instead of making a whole separate CSS file, it went ahead and just put it in the JS like this. Got our landing page.js here, and it imported it as well, rendering it in the app.js. But it did take us down a separate route when handling the underlying webhook here. So this wants us to make a backend function, which in reality is not really required for this kind of context. It's not horrible, but personally not how I would do it. Saying all that though, that might just give you perspective right away which one to choose. As the outputs we just saw weren't drastically that different. If I was going to sit here and argue over $20 versus a $30 plan, you know, there'd be some room to argue here. But in reality, with the outputs being so similar between O1 and O1 Pro mode, that additional $180 a month, it's hard to justify. Therefore, your next question might be, who is the target audience here? Like, why would you use this for coding? And here's a couple examples of what I see personally as a target audience here. Oh, and one other thing, this took 1 minute and 27 seconds in the Pro, while O1 only took a couple seconds. So it does win on speed as well. But in reality, when it comes to coding, I would prefer quality over speed. One major caveat before I get into who the target market is for O1 Pro mode when it comes to coding. Obviously, if you do Pro mode, you get unlimited access to O1 and O1 Mini. So if that's already in your workflow and coding and that actually causes issues when you're coding where it's like, you hit the time limit, no more coding, there is a reason that you would do the $200 a month. Because in reality, coding and writing code is actually extremely valuable as a skill. And $200, you could compensate with the ROI you get on the code you output. The other part of that caveat is that if you really like advanced voice mode, like talking to ChatGPT, like, hey, what's up? It is unlimited. So that's another reason why you'd get it. Now, if either of those two different perks you don't care about, and the only reason you were even considering the $200 was the Pro mode, here's the situation. I see the O1 Pro mode being valuable in two major ways. If you've already gone down the route of having a full-blown functional software that you're currently operating. The way you use O1 Pro mode for coding in that context is for issues you run into that O1 Mini could not answer. In reality, the only reason I see it justifiable to give it that much time to think on a problem is that if you genuinely are just lost, like you don't know what's going on. Not in like a inexperienced way, but more in a maybe you're not asking the right questions and you really just need to let the AI model think. Because for most coders, I would say O1 Mini is completely sufficient for what you're trying to do because you already have the context of the language to use in the prompts, the code of the actual files themselves. So that is situation one. Situation one is when you hit those walls of like, I have no clue, I've tried everything, this is like the final chance. Which is also good if you're building out very innovative software, as when you have new questions that have never been answered before, it could be helpful having something that really thinks over it. Now, the second situation I see you using a model like this is when the code itself is extremely valuable. That sounds a little ambiguous, but one really great example of that is obviously you could code out algo trading bots with O1 or O1 Mini. But if you're going to approach the objective of coding out an algo trading bot that is very successful in the markets, it wouldn't hurt spending that $200 and getting the O1 Pro mode. because your return on investment there is that the $200 you burn, if you make a really good algo trading bot, that won't even matter because you would recoup that money off the trades. This is just for coding though. There's other reasons why you'd use O1, but for coding, I don't think it's worth it. If none of those two reasons really matter to you, then definitely just stick with the 20 bucks. You don't need to spend an extra 180 for this model. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do any other topic when it comes to O1 Pro and seeing if it's good at it. Those are two random videos. That's my face. I'll see you in the next video.